YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, guys, I have two builds for you, and both of these builds are going to be, kind of like Kevin Love builds, man, because they're two different variations of Kevin Love. um you know some, like, both of them have like some minor differences, but I definitely do hope that you guys actually enjoy either of these builds, because these were builds that I was originally making for the rookie to no or rookie to 99 no money spent challenge. If you guys remember that video talking about that, if you guys didn't know about that, go ahead and go to that video on my channel where I talk about the all-time bronze squad rookie to 99 no money spent that we have started actually this last weekend. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. And yeah, we're gonna be gaming more on it soon. But anyway, this is Kevin Love, and if you actually go to the actual template of Kevin Love, it says that he's like 6'10". They made him a 6'10" power forward of Kevin Love, when in reality he's listed at 6'8", so it's kind of weird. But practically this is like kind of like the concept that I made for his first version right here. And both, I do believe that both versions have like different names, so you can just, pick one based on name or whatever, if you so choose. But this one right here is all post. Like it's pretty much shooting, post control, being able to be like practically like an all around kind of big man, except with the lack of dribbling, obviously. But I do believe that this build is pretty good. You get some pretty good break points and some badges and whatnot, so it's pretty good. Not only that, but we're just maxing out at the 90, giving you Hall of Fame open looks, gold Deadeye, which is pretty good. Maxing this out at an 82, giving you gold Claymore, which you can just barely see at the bottom there. But it's pretty good thresholds here. And then we also go to an 80 on our free throw. Now, it's like the reason why we have post control to 92 is just because we're not gonna, like, we're obviously a big man. We want to play a little bit more post up, giving us gold unpluckable, which is pretty damn good. And then we also have the 90 standing dunk as well. 90 standing dunk is really, really good because once we actually get to it, we'll get rise up on gold as well as our precision dunkers on gold. But not only that, but that helps us get our elite big man dunks as well. So one thing that you guys have to take into consideration, that if you actually go into if you actually go over here to 2K Labs and all that stuff, blah blah blah, whatever, you can actually get the elite big man dunks with a 90 standing dunk. And I'm also going to tell you guys what the vertical is. The vertical is a 75. So you have to have a 75 vertical in order to get the elite big man dunks. So keep that in mind. You need that. We're going to max this out at a 98 because why not? We're going to bring this up to a 90 as well. And then here, we don't really care about bringing that all the way up to a 60. We can bring it up to a 57 because that gives us the slippery off ball badge. But then this, we are bringing up to a 60. Our defensive rebound is pretty much just going to be maxed out at a 90. This is going to be maxed out at an 83 because, rebounding and whatnot. Block is only going to be increased to a 68. And the reason why it's only going to be increased to a 68 is just because we are not going to get anchor. I mean, Kevin Love was not really known as the best interior defender, but we're going to have, like the defense and the strength, obviously, to be able to get some stops. But when it comes to actually getting blocks and everything like inside the paint, it's not like he was the best at that. So giving him at least a 68 block rating here means that we can actually, somewhat get blocks with Chase Note Artist, but we're not going to have like anchor or anything because, like I said, he wasn't necessarily that great of an interior defender. Not to disrespect him or anything like that, obviously, because he's such a great player. But it's not like he was known for, his interior defense. He was known for practically like his shooting and how great of like a shooter he was and all that stuff. So perimeter defense is going to be brought up to an 80 because, you know, oh, I guess we can't bring down the acceleration. Okay. But we're going to bring it up to about an 80. And the reason why is because of off-ball pest. But another thing that you can do is also bring it down to a 79. That's also like another key thing that you can do. Is just bring it down to a 79 because the 80, all it does is just off-ball pest. So that could be a little bit different for you guys. And then this here, and I'm just curious as to why this is. Oh, yeah. It's like that because of everything else. All right. So practically, we go up to the 76, and then we just add the last 4 there. So that's the reason why that was weird. So yeah, so we brought this down to a 79 just because we don't really need off-ball pest on gold. It's not 100% necessary. If you guys want it, then cool. But the only reason why we didn't do it is just because we have our vertical up, which is kind of more important. And then we also have the 59 acceleration for bringing it down to a 79 because those two stats are linked, acceleration and perimeter defense. And then we also have the 60 speed, which obviously, like, making sure that we have at least a 60 is pretty good. Everything else is pretty much maxed out at certain breakpoints, which is pretty solid. And then also the 76 pass accuracy, even though you can't get the 77 for needle threader. Like, you can't get the 77 for needle threader, which you don't really need needle threader, even though I always talk about, you know, the 77 is like a really, really good default and a really, really good breakpoint. But in this case, we kind of have to sacrifice it unless we wanted to sacrifice, you know, our driving layup in order to get it. That would be like the only case here. And then we would have to bring this up to like an 86. So that would be like the only case that we do here is just dropping the driving layup down to a 71, which you also can do. Like, it's like, there's just like a lot of things that you can just sit around and be like, okay, yeah, we can sacrifice this, whatever. But for the most part, if you can run it like this is absolutely perfect, absolutely fine, just like the original way of doing it. And this version obviously does not have Kevin Love, but also has LaMarcus Aldridge. So I guess you can call this a an LMA build, though. LaMarcus Aldridge build. Glass cleaning 3-level threat. I definitely love the name of this. A glass cleaning 3-level threat is very accurate. I just don't think it's very accurate to LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't think this is accurate enough to be LaMarcus Aldridge because LaMarcus Aldridge is pretty much like all mid-range. I don't really think he was that much of a 3-point shooter. At least what I recall, he's not that much of a 3-point shooter. But LaMarcus Aldridge is on this list for whatever reason, even though I do believe he's more of like a mid-range and interior kind of player. But that's the first version. Let's go ahead. Let's go back to the beginning here and do the second version, because the second version is going to be a little bit different. And how is it going to be a little bit different? We are maxing out at a 74 instead of the original 73 or 72 wingspan. So, and the main differences here is we're not going to have the 92 for the Hall of Fame hook specialist. We're also not going to have the 70 driving dunk as well. And then here we're going to have a 93 post control as well, because whatever reason, because I mean, why not? But then here we are going to have only an 87 and an 80. And then we have more pass accuracy here, and which we need to bring down other stuff as well. So we're bringing down the steal. We are sacrificing the steal rating, and then also sacrificing the perimeter defense, making it to where we are more interior focused. So we go to the 92 to get break starter, 57, all this stuff here. We sacrificed our acceleration now as well because we sacrificed perimeter defense, and that can stay the same. We go to a 92 on that. We have that still there. And then we bring this up to a 40. The only reason why we bring this up to a 40 is just so we can now access the normal dribble style, which is pretty damn good. And then also on top of that, I'm trying to read off of my list here. is we bring this up to a 78, which does give us chase down artist on silver. And then the 77 gives us anchor. So we're more of like a defender this time around. And then I'm trying to read everything out here, and I just don't know why it's not finished, I guess. Oh yeah, it's just because of this right here. Bang. There we go. There we go. This is the other version that we have here for our Kevin Love. I definitely do believe it's really, really good because we're focused more on being able to pass out, and, you know, we can still shoot the 3 ball. We can actually get like a little bit better on here. I guess it really doesn't matter too much to have the 93 versus the 92. So one thing that you could also do is just do that as well if you wanted to, or increase something else if you wanted to. Like I can drop this down all the way to an 80, and then we can just say, man, shame, man, fuck it, whatever. Bring up acceleration again, just for some strange reason. So it's just totally up to you guys, whatever you want to do at this point, because you have like so many other options. Like you can also do layup, because the 72 layup gives you bunny. That's also another option that you can do with the 72 threshold. But here, as you can see, we now have something a little bit different. We have Al Horford, we have Kevin McHale. Bet you wouldn't even find a Kevin McHale, you know, shades of in this game, but I found it. A two-way diming 3-level threat power forward, which is pretty damn solid. Julius Randle on this list does make a little bit more sense. Al Horford, I don't really like. I know why Al Horford is on the list. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. Kevin McHale. Surprisingly, if you guys do not know ball, it is pretty accurate to Kevin McHale. I mean, obviously on the same team as Larry Bird, that team, especially with Larry Bird himself, just very, very phenomenal. Being able to pass the ball, being able to score on the 3-point line, obviously. But something that is like very unknown, or I guess like really not as well known to the younger generations, I should say, that Larry Bird didn't really drive that much, and he would just drive into the paint, and he would know that Kevin McHale or whoever was the big man on the floor at that point was going to follow him in, and he would just pass back to him like on the cut. So Larry Bird was just a genius with the passing as well, something that's not very well known. But I mean, Kevin McHale, same situation. He's a power forward that was able to drive, able to shoot a little bit. I don't know if he was able to shoot the 3-ball as consistently as, you know, somebody like Larry Bird, or even Kevin Love in this example build. But yeah, I mean, he's here as well. It is a little accurate, but there's like just some things that are like, whatever. Isn't really extremely accurate, kind of like LaMarcus Aldridge with the last one. But let me know what you guys think of these builds in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy, and hey, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you guys have any build recommendations or any like specific players you guys want me to try to create, whether I get the shades of or whether I don't, is totally up to you guys and what you want to see. So it's like, if you want me to make like a specific player, let me know if you want me to get the shades of that player as well, or if you just want me to make a build representing them, kind of like what I did with the Dwayne Wade build that I uploaded not too long ago, and also with this Kevin Love, these 2 Kevin Love builds, because I didn't get the shades of Kevin Love, and I think it probably would give it to me if I had him at 6'10", but regardless, nothing too crazy there, but these 2 builds are pretty cool. Let me know which one is your favorite, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.